Hello, hello, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Saturday morning live stream. We actually have
Ah,
our resident idiot with us today. I was able to get him.
resident idiot. Yep.
I was
Check.
able to get him into the stream for the first time ever. Well, not the first
Hey,
time.
hey. Look. You know that I'm a very, 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 very busy man. I
Oh
work
yeah,
more
so
than most people should work.
yeah. Anyway, so today,
Yep, baby. The traffic killer is here. You son of a
yeah, so
bitch.
today we're giving away a Neptune hat. We're giving away Neptune shirt right here. If I can get it out of here. There we go. It's pretty neat. I have one of these, I think. And we're also going to give away a BRS gift card. So that's the giveaway today. So obviously our topic is going to be aquarium safety after the horrendous week I had with my fish tank, all due to the Reef bot. So as you guys know, I have said lots of things about the Reef bot, but today we're actually going to tell you how much it sucks. And there's a good chance that I don't know, maybe in a week or two, I'm gonna take it outside with a hammer and videotape me destroying it because that's about where I am with it. So let's see what it did this week. So let's start off with how the week started. So the week started on Monday, and I woke up and my phone had about 300 notifications from the Reef bot, all saying that it's out of RODI water. About 300 notifications, I would say. After a month of not getting any notifications, all of a sudden I got 300 of them. So that's how it started. And then after that, I started actually getting notifications for a couple days. So on Tuesday, the Reef bot decided to just stop working completely. That was, yeah, Tuesday, stopped working. Just didn't do any tests, wouldn't do anything, couldn't connect to it. And then Wednesday was the fun day. So Wednesday, I woke up in the morning to my fish tank sending me alarms. Luckily, I woke up to it and I walked into my garage and I didn't see anything wrong. Like I was looking, everything looked good. The Reef bot was testing, doing what it normally does, and I was like, "Oh, nothing's wrong." Went back in there, had some breakfast. Then I started getting alarms again. I was like, "What the heck is going on here?" So I looked out, walked outside, or walked to my garage, and there were sparks coming from the back of my control board. Just sparks going like this. And then luckily my GFCI went off. Otherwise, there's a good chance my entire house would have exploded, literally, because it was next to my water heater, which we're going to discuss, like I said, safety and some mistakes that I made. But yeah, it was next to my water heater, which is next to gas line, which could have exploded my entire house, literally. So I'm glad to be here, and I'm glad I'm glad that the Reef bot um, did that to my house. So sparks for 2020 being over. Um, so looked up to my Reef bot again. I didn't know what was going on. So I looked at my Reef bot and there was a puddle of water underneath it. So I was like, okay, well now we know what's going on. So I have some safety protocols in place that would allow me so that way this wouldn't happen. I have a bunch of drip loops behind there. I made sure that every line that I have doesn't go near any electrical. I did all of my safety protocol. But what happened was the stupid Reef bot, there's a little T in the back that I guess is for the drain. I'm not sure what it's for. Completely broke. Like I put pictures on my Facebook. It completely broke. Like there was nothing I did. It just completely broke off. And the water actually squirted upwards onto my outlets that were on to the right of my board. So even with the drip loops, it didn't matter. Water squirted vertically. So what happened was it hit my surge protectors, which fried the surge protector, which then led back into my control board and fried every single thing on my control board. So I lost two EB8s. I lost one of my leader meters. Um, Battery backup was fried. Um, I think I posted a picture of two of the outlets that were completely fried, like they're black with soot. So I don't know if there was anything I could have done to fix this or avoid it. But when I say mad is an understatement. Because
Hey, can I ask you a question there?
I almost like blew up my house, literally. What?
That outlet that's plugged into, is that a GFI by chance?
Yes, all of them are.
Oh, okay. I was gonna
Luckily,
say if it's not, I'm gonna come over and change it out to a GFI for you.
no. So that's where I was going with this. Is luckily it hit the breaker, broke the breaker. I had to replace the breaker. Breaker fried. Um,
Oh my god.
but the GFI luckily saved my fish tank, saved my life probably. Um, so um, so I'm starting a hashtag ReefBot sucks. It's gonna be part of our stream. It's gonna be part of my group. Um, Everyone out there that's watching this, don't buy ReefBot. And now I'm serious when I say it. Sometimes I joke about it. Um, it's a pile of crap. And their app, which I showed last week, constantly has problems. Um, the thing, literally, there is a T. It's a plastic T. I don't know how it could break, but it literally just crumbled and broke. So it must have broke from the. I'm assuming it broke from the 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 compounds in the testing liquid. Maybe there's something that eats away at plastic that they don't know about, that they're idiots, and that maybe they know about it. I don't know. I've heard people had a lot of issues with their reef bot. But I mean, are they stupid? How do they not know that there's a T inside that can corrode over time and break? So,
Yeah, you would think that they'd have a way that auto flushes all of those lines out to not make sure that there's no stuff left in them to decay them or destroy them. That's just mind-boggling.
yeah,
Again,
Dan,
hashtag rebot sucks.
I'm going to go over that in a second. So, listen, I've heard a lot of problems with the Reef bot. Now I've experienced some really bad things. The fact that it completely destroyed half of my equipment and almost killed me. I'm going to tell you guys, don't buy the stupid thing. And I got haters coming on and yelling at me saying, "Well, you shouldn't mount it up there. You shouldn't mount it here. You shouldn't." You know what? The thing is the size of a football field. Okay, it's literally, and you've seen it, Aaron. It's literally like 14 inches by 13 inches. Where the hell are you going to put the stupid thing? You can't put it next to your sump, right? You can't put it, in a stand up top. Where the hell are you going to put it? You got to either put it next to your tank. So the only place I could put it was on a shelf. And even if I put it next
Hey,
to my
hold on.
tank, it would have squirted water who knows where to the wall and ruined my wall.
Can I answer a question real quick for somebody on the channel?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, hey Justin, Kerpel. I apologize if I don't say that right. I just read your comment. You're moving into an apartment. You want to replace an outlet with the GFI. Here's the thing you got to know about outlets and GFIs. If you're going to replace an outlet, which they don't care if you replace an outlet with the GFI, I know because I've lived in apartments. The thing about it is the GFI either needs to be at the very beginning of the circuit. So what you'll do is you'll go into your breaker panel, shut off one of the breakers to the outlets, and see and check all the outlets along the way. For the first one that has gone out, you either need to replace that one or the very last one in the sequence. If you replace it in the middle anywhere, the GFI will not work properly. It needs to be at the beginning of the circuit or at the end of the circuit.
Yeah,
So if you do it, just make sure you go through and check that.
so what I've done is I put a GFCI in my circuit breaker box. I find that to be the most safe. At least I think it is, because it's right at the heart of the system. But in any way, all I could tell you guys is even if I mounted the stupid goddamn, I mean, you're gonna hear a lot of swears unfortunately today because that thing totally pissed me off. If you even put it next to the tank, right? And it did exactly what it did to me. It would have squirted water up into the wall and probably hit one of my outlets, right? It could have squirted into my tank. It could have squirted, and that's, it's squirting. Who knows what it's squirting? It could have squirted on the ground and got all over a floor. I mean, there's a lot of places it could have been. It doesn't matter where it was, right? And all these people are yelling at me like you're an idiot. You shouldn't have put it above outlets. Blah 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 blah. Screw all you people. The stupid thing shouldn't leak like it did, right? So, um, I think that's my spiel about the Reef bot. Don't buy it. Their support is, I've given them shit in the past. There was one day when I did a review on my first Reef bot that I had it, and when I did the review, right, the guy, the guy, I don't remember his name, Rabib, I think his name is, started getting on me about, this is all false, all the things you're saying are wrong, blah, 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 blah. When it was all true, you guys know it was all true. There's a ton of people online that either got a free Reef bot or were given some type of coupon to get a free Reef bot. The thing costs $1,000, guys. And it almost literally killed me. So, is it worth $1,000? Absolutely not. I think it's more worth like $200 or $300. But in any regards, the guy got mad at me because I did a review, and if you guys haven't seen it, it's my first ReefBot review. I think it's 30 minutes long. I go through every single thing on the ReefBot. I explain why I don't like it as a device itself, regardless of the safety aspect. And then they deleted me from the ReefBot owners group. I had some issues. They completely ignored me. They don't care. Since I did my review, they just don't want to help anyone out, and I have two of them, which is even scarier. So anyway, I think I posted on my Facebook. I contacted support. Normally, support takes a week to get back to you. Sometimes they'll get back to you sooner, but generally they never get back to me. And I explained to them what happened, and they said your system's out of warranty. Have a good day. That was the support I got, guys. So I'm done with them. I'm going to probably, like I said, blow up one of them. The second one, I don't know. It's pretty new. I don't want to sell it to anybody. Anybody that's out here that wants it, I'm not giving it to you guys. I don't want anyone to have that in their house. So even if I lost $1,000, I'd rather not have your guys' tank blow up or something happen to you because of it. So I'm done with it, and it's going to. Once I get the Mastertronic, or maybe Neptune will come out with something to test those parameters, then I'm going to take that thing and I'm going to throw it. Actually, Aaron, you should come to my house. You probably have those swords. We could use those swords behind you, and we are going to videotape blowing those goddamn things up, both of them.
Oh, absolutely. But just so you know, to everybody, as he says, I will not give that Reef bot to anyone. That he means. He won't give it to any of you. He'll give it to me because he doesn't care if I blow up my house.
No, I'm not going to give it to you either. All right, so that's the spiel of the beginning of the stream. Now let's talk about actual safety and actual things that are important. Let's see, we got about 50 people in the stream. Awesome. Let's see if did I miss any questions, Aaron? You're probably looking. Yeah, it's going to be some Office Space, guys. There's going to be some Office Space videos. Huh?
Oh, dude, we're going to have the Office Space music playing in the background just like it is. With the baseball bat, the whole filming of the walking up, holding the base. I mean, yeah, it's gonna be the Office Space exactly set up like that. Yep, that's going to be on the replay.
Yeah. So like I said, guys, I gave it so many chances. I'm done with that pile of crap. All right, so let's talk about a couple things. We've been talking about GFCIs. Everyone that's out there that's watching, if you have any type of fish tank, aquarium, any reef tank, it doesn't matter what kind of aquarium you have. It could be anything that has water, even a terrarium with water. Make sure that you have a GFCI outlet that it's either plugged into or a GFCI, what do you call it? Grouping. What are they called? Um,
Circuit.
Circuit. That's it. Circuit. Make sure that whatever you're plugged into has a GFCI on that circuit. It's extremely important. When I say extremely, I mean extremely important.
By the way,
Take out a life insurance policy.
yeah, by the way, I will say this though. Just as Derek said, the best practice would be to replace the circuit breaker with a GFCI circuit breaker, because what that essentially does is makes every outlet in that chain a GFCI outlet. If any one of those get water and trip, it'll trip the breaker and kill the entire wall of outlets, protecting anything from there. And again, if you do that, make sure your system's on a battery backup for at least your main pump.
Yeah. Well, in my case, guys, my battery backup completely got fried. The battery's dead from this. So it didn't matter. Luckily, I was home, but had I not been home, this would have been really bad.
Hey, are the batteries shot or is the whole unit shot? Can I come help you replace the batteries in it?
I think it's just the batteries.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully
I was worried about that a GFI.
Themselves.
Yeah, I was worried about a GFI will trip when I'm not home. Well, yeah, Milton, that's a big issue. If the GFCI trips, you got to have a battery backup. But in my case, look what happened. Like the battery got fried too. So I don't really have an answer for you on that, honestly. Maybe put the battery backup far away. I don't know. I really don't. Which is recommended, a GFCI breaker or an outlet? Anthony, I think a breaker is a better idea. What do you think? I mean, I like having it on the breaker.
I think a breaker would be the best thing. Philly Reefer, replacing a breaker, literally, if you go and you turn it off, there's a screw. You literally remove the screw, you pull the wire out, and it pops out of place. You stick the new one in, put the wire back in, tighten it, and then the GFCI has a white wire that goes over to the ground bar. That's it. That's all it takes.
Sean, it absolutely notified me. I got alarms, I got emails, all kinds of stuff. But again, the battery backup was dead, so my whole entire tank was dead. So even though I got alerts, thank God I was home, But yeah, you have a good point because of Milton. If something happened, you're going to get an alert regardless. Let's see. Anything that contains liquids outside it should be below electrical connections. Yeah, I agree with you, TJ. We're going to go over that a little bit. Like I said, I don't know how that would have been avoided with the particular issue I had. But again, we're just talking about basic safety. GFCI is definitely one of them. Couple other things, you guys. If you're mounting, I mean, this is a given. If you're mounting outlets, mount them as high as you can away from water. The problem is, your tank is above the sump, right? And if you put the outlets in between the sump and the tank still is above the outlets, right? So if your tank itself was ever to leak, there's a good chance it's going to hit those outlets. So that's where the GFCI comes in. There's really not a lot of avoidance that you can make to get the outlets completely out of the way of water. You got what's his name, Ryan from BRS. He mounted all of his outlets underneath his sump. I don't know if you guys saw that. Now, yes, there's wood and there's a bunch of stuff that's surrounding it, so there's a good chance water will never get to them. But again, there's a slim chance. Like I said, water was shooting this way. You never know what's going to happen.
I have a suggestion too.
Yeah.
So, and this is just something I thought about because it's used outdoors a lot. You could always put a in-use cover over your outlet like you would if you were putting an outlet outdoors. You put an in-use cover, it's got a plastic cover that closes down over the wires. It also then forces you to bring the wires down and create a drip loop. So if that's also another option, if you're going to put an outlet underneath your tank, you could put an in-use cover on it so that you have a plastic shield that prevents any splash from getting on the outlet as well.
Yeah, you could do that. And I encourage, I know Harry Singer makes stuff. I encourage some people out there to make, EB832 or EB4s or Hydros outlets or, any of those, making some covers for those. Someone made a nice 3D printed, other than this idiot on the stream with us, cover for the EB8 or EB4 those covers would be a good idea. I mean, that's a great idea because yes, you could put a cover on the actual outlet in the wall, right? But then everyone here, most of us, have an apex, or we have a surge protector, or we have something. But yeah, a cover over those would probably be the best solution at that point. Um, but again, um, I don't know. I'm just thinking about how my whole entire tank. Yeah, so I spent like what 5 hours repairing everything and replacing everything. Yeah, that was fun. Uh, yeah, there we go. C Math is 3D printed AB EBA32 cover. I think if someone made some covers, you'd be surprised. I think people would buy those. Um,
Hey, don't forget about the old EB8s though too. You know, I some people
yeah,
aren't up to date with the newer EB8s. You know, don't forget about us over here.
yeah. I mean, I got EB8s and EB4s. I got some fried ones, completely dead. Actually, I should have saved. I should go get that outlet. I think I have it. That's completely all black and soot. Like it literally exploded. Um, but see, Anthony, I think you're. I don't know if you said this on purpose or this is a joke, but unused outlets doesn't matter because water will get to them regardless if they're being used or not. You could push them all the way in, but they're not waterproof. Let's see. Yeah, if all of your electrical outlets are away from water completely, then absolutely, I wouldn't worry about it. But if it's underneath the tank, yeah, you're gonna have to really be concerned about that. Brian had asked, do I have a leak detector under my reef bot? I don't. Like I said, I'm not gonna probably use it for much longer, but I am thinking of putting a leak detector underneath both of them now. And I think I hope no one out here has a reef bot, but anyone that has a reef bot, put a leak detector under it. Um, I mean, that was horrible. Let's see. GFCI's water protection. What's other safety things, Aaron, people should be doing on their tanks?
I mean, again, make sure that like if you have a light hanging over your tank, that it's on some kind of power, surge protector, because God forbid something happens and your light falls in. I mean, look, these are out there things, but I mean, safety. If you can think it could happen, it could happen. So
Hmm.
if you can protect yourself as much as possible, any hanging lights should be on some kind of surge protector, just in case they fell down. Tie up your wires. If you got wires loosely everywhere, just some cable ties and some cable management will go a long way for keeping things out of the water. So.
Why do you want to keep a
Yeah.
reef bot after this? John, it's a funny statement you make, because I've been doing this since what, February? We're almost at a year now since I've been doing this. And ever since I've started my channel, I have told people not to buy one, and I've went on groups. I've told people not to buy one. I get a lot of slack for it, guys. But no one listens to me, and that's fine. There's a lot of things that I make mistakes on, and I agree. Everyone makes mistakes, but I can tell you right now, my biggest mistake was ever buying that thing. I mean, I'm serious. It's the biggest mistake I ever made. And for anybody watching out there, I swear to you guys, it looks like a great piece of equipment. There's a lot of marketing that was done. The amount of issues I've had and the amount of problems and their customer service being god awful. The fact that we're here in the United States, I don't know, a lot of people watch here from all around the world, but here in the United States, it's impossible to get support from them in Lebanon. So I don't know. This isn't going to be a whole episode about ReefBot sucks, but but we can continue every stream just telling everyone, and maybe eventually, John, everyone will know not to buy one. Let's see. It did trip the breaker, Brandon. Eventually, it took a little bit, but it did. I had a GFCI breaker. Let's see. Someone asked what GFI versus GFCI. Isn't that the same thing, Aaron?
One's a ground fault interrupter. The other one's a ground fault circuit interrupter. It's slightly different the way that they work.
Uh, why did I buy a Reef bot? Well, I bought a Reef bot because I wanted. There's two reasons. The first reason I bought it is because my job as a YouTuber now and as a Facebook group admin is to test all this stuff for you guys. So one of the reasons I bought it was to see what the hype is about. If I can afford it, I'm going to buy it and I'm going to test it and put it through its paces to make sure that my viewers know if something is crap or not. A lot of snake oil in this hobby, a lot of misinformation, a lot of marketing on BS. So that's one of the reasons why I bought it. The second reason, Brian, I bought it was I wanted to test phosphates and nitrates using automation. Um, I mean, my channel is Reef Automation, right? So I wanted something that would automate my testing. So that's why I bought it, and I hope I explained it pretty well. The Apex, of course, won't do any of what I just said, so that's why I bought it. Let's see. Make sure you have a smoke detector in your fish room. Hey, that's not a bad idea. I mean, I don't know a lot of people that have fires from aquarium product, but I did have a friend back in not in high school, in college, that his whole entire house, not his house, I'm sorry, his whole entire guest house burned down because of a fish tank. The entire thing burned down. He had a surge protector that I guess didn't protect and literally burned down his entire guest house. So that's
No,
not a bad
by the way,
idea.
one thing you could look into, by the way, if you're looking into GFCI, look into AFCI, arc fault circuit interrupters. Um, that's something you can look into that's more effective than, because arc faults will actually help protect against fires.
Yeah, that's what one of my APCs has over here in my office. Macy's daddy, yes, I love tech stuff. So yes, I mean, again, I I don't know. I love buying new stuff and trying it, but I do it for you guys, most of it. I mean, some of it I do for Moron because he knows once I buy it and I hate it, I'm just going to give it to him, and then he's going to break it.
Yep.
So,
I don't. I mean, I only break like one thing, two things, five things. Don't worry about it.
what's this, Dan? I don't know why no one listens to you. Thank you very much. Uh, the only one the company's yeah, the only mistake I see that you have made is loaning Desert Reef money. When have I loaned him money?
Yeah, I was gonna say, when does he loan me money? He hasn't loaned me any money.
Yeah, I don't loan him any money.
The only money that I owe him is for a car that I am paying off from him, and it helps both of us. So it's not like he loaned me money. I'm buying a car off of him.
Thank you, Charbuck. The Neptune hat's awesome, guys. And again, you guys, listen. I had some guy argue with me the other day that said I only like Neptune. That's 100% not true, guys. I've said this before, and I'll always say this in my streams. I've had Neptune the longest. I know Neptune. I'm very good at programming Neptune. I don't work for Neptune. I don't get free stuff from Neptune. I'm just like every one of you guys, an average Joe, even though I'm going to get the first guy because I won it in a raffle. Um, but I like Neptune because I've had it for so long. I just did some Hydros videos. I found it to be really quite good in terms of programming. So yeah, I love all automation, guys. And I change shirts all the time. I think last week I wore a Star Wars shirt. So it's not that I have a ton of different shirts. But anyway,
Kurt, if you should plug an EV8 into a surge protector, I would plug the EV8 directly into the outlet, not a surge protector.
yeah, the EV8 itself, from what
It is a
they've
surge
told
protector.
me, from what they tell me, and I've had people tell me otherwise, has a surge protector built in. There's a reset
Well,
button on the
if it has a
back.
fuse, yeah, if it has a fuse in it, it's what it is. Just like a
Yeah.
surge protector has a fuse in it. If it pops the fuse, that's what it's supposed to do.
Yeah. If anyone wants to
Uh,
irritate, all you have to say is that you are a Neptune fanboy. I don't know if I get irritated, but I love when people think that I only like Neptune, and I hate everything else because that's completely wrong. Desert Reef is your
Oh,
durability tester for all your products. uh, yes, Justin, that's exactly what I do. I test products for my viewers. That's 100% what I do. The only difference between me and some other YouTubers, and I'm not going to name names, is I don't get that stuff for free. I buy every single thing full price, retail price. Sometimes, they'll give me a little bit, like a 10% discount if I'm lucky, but generally I don't get a discount. And yeah, I test everything I can. The reason I don't like it, Battle, is because my channel is dedicated to all automation, not just Neptune. And I don't want people that watch my channel to only look at me as a Neptune person because I want every single person to enjoy my channel. Neptune haters, GHL haters, Hydros haters, ReefBot haters, ReefBot lovers, all these people, I want them all to watch my channel because I want everyone to learn from it and hopefully, you know, be a more cohesive group. Um,
so hold on, Philly Reefer. He asked me for a Hydros update. I have an update for you. So first and foremost, the Reef bot or Hydros, sorry, not Reef bot, the Hydros is again works as it's intended to work. I don't have any complaints about it working. It does what it's supposed to do. It's easy to set up. It hooks up really nicely, and so far it's working. I do have one gripe though. I have one gripe. The system comes with. I can't see that.
I know.
It's blurry.
Yeah. Anyway, someone asked, did
Okay.
I hear from ReefBot folks? Oh, I heard from them. It was, your
Okay.
system's out of warranty. Have a good day.
The Hydros. So here's my gripe about the Hydros. The Hydro system has a auto top off system, and unlike other auto top off systems, I went to work one day and I had forgotten to fill up my container of water. Well, the water level went down in the tank. The Hydros turned on the pump, and the pump ran and ran and ran and ran all day long and never auto shut itself off, realizing there was no water for it to pump into the tank. Even my ATS for my 225 has an auto shut off. It shuts itself off and then gives me an alert saying the water is too low to pump into the tank. But with the Hydros, it just kept going and going and going and going. I got a call from my girlfriend first thing in the morning saying there was a weird noise. It was the pump running. I came home at the end of my workday and it was still running. So that pump will eventually burn out because it's just running dry nonstop because it doesn't auto shut itself off if the reservoir is low on water. So there's my gripe about it.
Wonderful. Well, again, there's a reason you're using the Hydros and not me.
I understand. But
yes,
other
Justin,
than that, I will tell you it's good news.
Yes, Justin, it is not cheaper than Apex, and I proved this in my videos and got, oh my god, tons of trolls after me when I did that. Unfortunately, that's the thing, is I can't be honest sometimes because people go nuts. Yeah, the customer service is awful. And Battle OCR, don't ever buy anything from Aquarium Engineering. Holy cow. Talk about customer service. We're not going to go into that. I can have a whole episode on that. Yeah, don't run your heater dry. Perfect, Sean. That's a great comment. Definitely, everyone out there, make sure that you have safety measures in place so that the heater, if it was to run dry for any reason, maybe an optical sensor for low, something that will shut off your heater if it runs dry. You're 100% correct on that, Justin. Everyone thinks the Hydros is better because it's cheaper. And it's really not cheaper. Let's see. I use sheets of linoleum on the walls. Wow. I've heard of people doing that before, putting linoleum on the wall to protect from water. Again, Kevin, these are really outside the what's it called? Outside the norm. Like, you shouldn't have to do all this stuff, right? Like, especially if you have a reef bot, you shouldn't have to do all this stuff. But unfortunately, you do because people don't know how to build equipment. J Fusion said, "I'm sure Coral View will fix the ATO issue." I would think they would.
Yeah,
Don't put
Philly
a
Reefer, good
heater.
point. Right, just don't put your heater in the return pump chamber, and the water will never go below the level.
Exactly.
So,
That's 100% correct. Let's see some other safety things. What can we discuss? I don't know about you, Aaron, but I'm a big I like wrapping a lot of my stuff with electrical tape. I know it's kind of janky, but any type of open metal I like to wrap with electrical tape. What do you think?
well, it prevents corrosion, so it's a good thing to do.
Um, I think anything that is open metal that's in your tank, you should wrap with electrical tape. That's just my opinion. You know, God forbid you
Well,
get
I
a
mean, considering,
splash, you know, you're working on the tank, something drips, you know, at least you have the extra protection, you know?
well, that and salt water is probably the most corrosive thing you can have get on stuff.
Yeah. Anthony asked about grounding probes. I had this conversation last week about grounding probes. You only need a grounding probe if you have stray voltage, and the only way to test for stray voltage is using a multimeter. Um, I don't see the point of a grounding probe in general, because if you don't have stray voltage, there's no point in having a grounding probe. That's just my opinion. Some people can't avoid having stray voltage in their tank. Some, you know, they have a pump that is emitting stray voltage and they just can't figure it out, and then they put the multimeter in there and find out that it is. Um, do that with extension connections as well. Yeah, Rob, that's a good point. Anything that's an extension cord, anything that's extending wiring, generally will have some sort of exposed metal, and I wrap it with electrical tape. Battle OCR, you could use shrink wrap. I'm not a fan of shrink wrap when it comes to electrical. That's just me. I'm also not a fan of Velcro. I don't know about you, Aaron. I don't like using Velcro straps. In my experience doing what I do for a living, and I've had this conversation I think before, Velcro straps are great. They look nice. They make things easier. They just don't last. I've been, you know, dust collects. They start to degrade. They start to come apart. Zip ties will always be there. They generally don't break unless they're outside in heat. Um, you know, marine loop. That's a
So,
good. That's a good comment.
I just want to say, somebody said that there is a spot for how long it'll run. I don't see. Never mind. I found it. It's enabled advanced settings. Okay. All right. Well, see, there's still stuff to learn about the hydros. I didn't realize there was a
Well, this
section
is
in
why
there
I give
for
him all of my stuff
monitoring.
because he doesn't know what he's doing. So we give him all of it to break stuff, and the automation and programming I do. But he didn't have me program that, so we'll see how many things break. Let's see. And I use Flex Seal to paint. You know, I use Jake. Actually, I didn't use it. He used it. Aaron used this rubber paint on my tank. And while it was the biggest absolute nightmare to paint, it is the greatest stuff. It literally made my wood into rubber. It is amazing.
It was the Flex Tape Paint product.
It's so awesome. Let's see. Real men don't read the manual. Well,
Well, of course we don't read the manual. Come on. If I had read
Aaron
the
doesn't
manual, I'd have
read.
known this.
Aaron doesn't know how to read, guys. So he can't read the manual. How can
Uh,
Aaron? How can Aaron have two mics and still sound like he's trapped in a box? Well, I did trap him in a
I
box, actually.
I don't have two mics. I only have one mic. What are you talking
Well, you
about?
kind of have two, but you're only using one.
Yes, my headset does have a microphone on it, but I don't use that microphone because it sounds like garbage. I prefer to use my professional, microphone that's on a on a vibrate
Well,
vibration protection system, whatever.
Lucas, I just got a new car and I read the manual. I'm a reader. I read manuals. That's how I learn, guys. This is why I know that there's a max time on Hydros and Aaron doesn't because I read the manual. Rick has a really interesting question, and I've never actually thought about this. This would be something good for Aaron's aquaculture. I don't know where he is. He said he's going to come today. This is a good question for him. Earthquakes. How do you build stuff, Aaron, to help with earthquakes? What can you do? Exactly.
I wouldn't know. We don't have earthquakes here. We don't have tornadoes. We don't have hurricanes.
I know.
We don't have those kinds of natural disasters. We do get dust storms, though, but that doesn't really cause us much of a problem.
I
We don't
don't
even
think.
have many power outages.
I mean, if you have a really thick acrylic, I'm thinking out loud, guys. If you have a really thick acrylic tank, you have a really well built stand, maybe 2x6s or something, really well built by an engineer even. I would think it would survive a hurricane pretty well. Now glass, that's another story. I think glass wouldn't survive. Obviously, your corals are gonna go all over the place. Obviously, everything inside the tank is gonna probably go bye bye. But I think you can salvage a thick acrylic tank with a well manufactured stand in an earthquake. I would think. It's hard to say. I've never really had that question. You know. Yeah,
I mean, you could always
TJ,
float the tank.
TJ, you're talking about wood sealing on waterproofing wood. That's a decent idea. It's still not going to really help with puddles, because those puddles are just going to stay there. Uh, I've found that the rubber, the stuff that I'm using, the Flex Seal, is just insanely good for puddles. Um, I mean, I've put waterproofing on things outside here in Arizona. With the heat and the water, it just warps. You know, with this rubber, I don't see how it could warp. You know. Uh, yeah, don't put any power bricks under the stand. That's probably a good idea. Actually, don't put any power on the ground. That's a good piece of advice. Um,
By the way, just for the people out there, I will tell you this: if you are somewhere that you experience earthquakes and you're home during an earthquake, the first thing I would do if I were you is go shut the breaker off to your tank in case water does spill out onto the floor or onto anything. You already have the breakers off. The tank can sit for a good, 20, 30 minutes with nothing running before you'll have problems.
yeah.
So
Well,
there's no price for earthquake tank owners.
I think that a well-built steel stand would probably be fine in a hurricane or not a hurricane, an earthquake also. Um,
Well, if you have a wooden stand, make a lip on the bottom part all the way around the bottom of the tank so that it can't fall off the stand. Take a piece of
True.
wood, screw it in.
Yeah. So TJ's mentioning a couple things. What's your opinion on weather sealing? I don't think it really would work for a tank. Do you think it would? Like that Thompson stuff, that
Weather
Thompson
sealing?
water seal stuff for patios?
I don't. To be honest with you, I don't have enough experience with that product to give you an answer to that. I don't know.
Oh, he's worthless,
I don't. I'm
guys.
not going to give up.
Why do I even
Oh,
bring
well,
him
I'm just
on?
not going to give out false. I'm not going to give out information on something that I don't have
Why
information
why
on.
do I
Like
why
that's
do I guys why do I even you tell me to bring him on last week? Where's Desert Reef? Where's Desert? I bring him on and look at the answers we've got. Four things I've asked him today. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. He's worthless. I mean, seriously.
that's not. Hey, I've given a lot of information about electrical.
Yeah, some. All right, so let's think of some other safety measures. Drip loops, of course. people don't realize how drip loops actually help. They definitely helped in my situation. So for those that don't know how drip loops work, we're going to kind of explain it real quick. You got an outlet. You run the electrical down and up. And the reason you do that is if water was to come down that, water will generally, when it'll attach to the cord as it comes down, and instead of it going right into the outlet, it's going to drip out the side and not come back up to the outlet. So that's a drip loop.
Water can't travel off.
So the recommendation is anytime you're doing anything with your tank where there's electrical involved to the outlet, make a little kind of loop. Okay, don't bring it just down and plug it in. Make it like a loop. Okay. Let's see. He's good company. Charbuck, you don't even know him, dude. You don't want to be around him. Like, you don't want to be around him. My whole family doesn't want to be around him. My dad's like, don't ever bring this guy back to my house. He's like the worst person in my house.
That's not true, and yeah, I can tell you that's not true because your dad actually had me come back and do more work in his house recently. So get out of here.
Okay, then I'm getting lied to by someone, I guess. Let's see, what else? Yeah, you can't, Philly, you can't avoid a pipe or a tube or something. If it breaks, you can't avoid the water from squirting somewhere. There was one time when I had a UV sterilizer, and for those that aren't familiar with UV sterilizers, generally there's a glass, I forgot what they call it, quartz sleeve, and then the bulb goes inside the quartz sleeve, and then around the quartz sleeve is plastic. And sometimes there's been UV sterilizer where that plastic starts to actually melt because of the heat. And as it melts, there's these little cracks that'll get into the UV sterilizer. And those little cracks can be they can be little tiny pinhole cracks, and they will leak water. And the problem with it is, as you guys know with UVs, they're kind of these big tubes. So if you got water spraying all these different ways, there's really no way you can avoid. You can't avoid that happening and getting water everywhere. So like I said, there's some things you just can't avoid, And the more you can do to protect yourself with a GFCI or GFI outlet, leak sensors, things of that nature to help you in case something like that happens, is the most important thing. I mean, that's what I believe.
God, Anthony DeFranco, that's so mean.
That's awesome.
Great.
Brandon, I don't know whoever told you to boil live rock to kill off algae. Whoever they are, don't talk. I don't know. I've never heard that. If you want to kill off things on live rock, you throw them in citric acid, you throw them in hydrogen peroxide, and leave them overnight, and everything dies. I've never heard of someone telling you to boil live rock.
No, hold on. I can actually attest to what he's saying, though, because I've been told to, like back in the day when I would recycle live rock from an old tank to a new one, I would take it, I'd stick it in a bucket, I'd put a heater in the bucket, and I'd heat the water up and leave it for a few days, and it would kill everything. Then I just take it out, rinse it off, then rinse it in RODI water, and it's ready to go.
Yeah. Don't listen to him.
I'm just saying it worked. I have read places where I said it was worked, but all right.
Battle, you have a Hydros? Why do you have a Hydros, dude? You're Mr. Neptune fanboy. What are you talking about? You're the one that's wanted a hat for like ever, and now you want a mask. Hey, Brandon, I've seen people do that. I'm just kind of messing with you guys, but don't boil live rock. You should mute him. I can watch. Boom, muted. You know what else I can do, J Fusion? My favorite thing to do to him.
Oh my God.
There we go. Goodbye.
Now I'm disappointed. Now I'm just a voice on the channel that everybody can hear.
Oh, well, I can mute you too. All right. So now he's muted and tiny. So he's actually gone, guys. All right, we'll bring him back. I don't know why I do this. Size matters. The live stream just got better.
Oh my god.
How many people did we get coming in once they saw you were gone? We probably got like 20
Yeah.
people that came in.
Yeah.
Let's see. Speaking of which, we got 48 people entered into the contest today. That's awesome. I feel like the smaller his picture gets, the higher his voice should get. I wish I could do that, but I don't know how to do that. Sorry. He's like a reef pest. Yes, when we shrink him down to nothing, he's a pest.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
All right, let's see. Anyone consider gloves a safety thing? Yes, that's a good point, Macy's. For those out there, I use gloves on everything I do in my tank as much as I can. And even just those little latex gloves are perfectly fine. As long as they're not powdered, you don't want the powdered latex gloves. If you're going to be doing a lot of work in the tank, I would recommend replacing them about every 15 to 30 minutes. But generally, I wear them when I'm doing any type of cutting of the corals. Anytime I'm putting my hands in the tank, I put on the latex gloves. You never know what you're going to get hit with. I mean, especially, there's some dangerous things that could be in your tank that could sting you. Especially when you're working with an enemies, of course, you're going to want to wear gloves.
Look, Mermaid Reef, I'm going to tell you, I'm not advocating for boiling live rock. That's not what I meant by I was saying I've done it. I'm just saying I have read in the past that boiling live rock or heating up the water to a temperature that nothing can live in and leaving it sit there can help kill off a lot of stuff. Now, there are a lot of bad things that can happen. One, it smells horrible. And your whole house will smell like shit for a long, long time. And two, it doesn't always kill off everything. I'm just saying, I was saying that when he said that boiling live rock is a thing, it is. There are people that recommend you do that. I would never do that again. I did it the one time. I'll never do it again. It was just something I read, so I tried it. Didn't work. Never going to do it again.
Yeah, see, the biggest problem that Aaron has is he reads crap, even though he doesn't know how to read, and doesn't ask me, who's been doing this for 20-something years. He just reads something and goes, I'm just going to do it and kill something.
Yeah, I'm sure it could kill off people. I had to open up all my doors and windows. It was so bad. Oh, it's so bad. And you know why I don't listen to you or call you about certain things? Because what's the point of DIY if you don't, test things on your own and learn?
It's do-it-yourself killer. It's do-it-yourself killing. It's kind of like what's that called? When you kill something on purpose. Oh, murder. That's right. Batfish killer. Yeah. Remember that whole? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Did you boil rocks around the same time you wanted a batfish? Oh, I love you, Anthony. Yeah, gloves are a good idea, guys. Let's see. Jackass Reef's version. Yeah. You know what? He should start a YouTube and call it Jackass Reefs. He would be perfect.
Yeah, well, I ain't going to be getting any crazy things for a long time. I've had something change in my life recently that is going to affect me going forward. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be shutting down this tank due to what's coming up.
Well, you're a pile of crap because I gave you that.
It's just getting shut down because it's got to be moved to another location.
Yeah,
and
see,
I can't. I actually. I have to cut. This is
what he's. See, this is what he's known for, guys. This is what he's known for. He gets free stuff from me, and then he sells it. That's what he does. So he gets free stuff from me, and then he sells it.
I'm not selling that tank. I'm not selling. The pond is shut down. Don't worry about that. I shut that down a while ago.
It was never a pond in the
Look,
first
okay,
place.
so hold on. If you really want to know
No, we
why I
don't want to
have to
know.
cut my, you do want to know
No, they don't
why I
want to
got to
know.
cut all my expenses. I'm gonna be a father.
What?
Yeah. So, my girlfriend is pregnant. I'm gonna be a father here in the next 9 months. So I need to completely change up everything about my life.
Someone's gonna be a father? Oh
Yep.
God, no! Talk about
Yep.
batfish killer, guys. This is news I didn't even know.
I know what you didn't know. I wasn't gonna tell you yet, but at the same time, this just goes to show you that stuff happens in life.
Let's see how many people. Actually, let's write a poll. Let's do a poll. I love these
I'm
polls.
already working on that 3D printed crib. Don't worry about it.
Oh, whoops.
Oh, Lee, in here. I'm gonna be a grandfather. Yeah.
Preventing kids, is that part of the reef safety discussion? Oh, ignore that vote. That was a mistake, guys. I didn't mean to do that. Just ignore it.
Oh God,
You're
who is
never going to
that?
get
I don't
paid for that
want
car.
to. Hey, I
Bathe
don't
the
know that
baby
much
in the
about them.
pond.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you shouldn't have said anything, dude. Now you're going to get all these people. That's funny as shit.
No, but if I'm going to share the news with anybody, why not share it with the community that I enjoy being a part of?
Well, thank you. This is some. We should have more viewers now. We should change
No,
this to. Well, congratulations, buddy. But we
thanks.
should change this to Desert Reef. There we go.
I don't know what you did. Oh my God. That doesn't be Raven Daddy, yeah.
Do you have a minivan you can
Minivan.
give him? No, no minivans, guys. Yes, he did. He did print his girlfriend. That's right. You forgot to tell them.
Don't worry about my 3D printed girlfriend. That's none of your business.
So let's talk about making fish tanks baby proof. We could do that next week. I'm not talking about that right now. There's going to be no
Yeah,
babies
there's
in
an
this
easy
house
way to
anytime
do that.
soon.
Move all the fish tanks into a separate room and put a lock on the door. Hence the reason this is getting shut down.
Yeah. Baby batfish on the way. Batfish boy making biological history. First person to get Rosie pregnant.
Oh my God.
These are hilarious. Can't wait till he asks me to put a car seat in his car. Hey, it's not my car really. It's his car. He can do whatever he wants. Oh my goodness, this is getting out of hand now. Does she require an air pump?
Oh my God. Well, hey.
All right, folks, we're at about an hour now, so we're gonna close up shop here. 48 people entered today in the contest. The contest again is gonna be. We need a contest to name the kid. It's gonna be this hat right here. The hats are all the same size, guys. They're 7 1/4 to 7 5/8. It's a little big on me, so I don't know how it'll fit you guys. They're pretty big. And then all I have are the large shirts. I don't have any other sizes because this was given away to me, so I'm giving it away to you guys. And then we're gonna give a $50 gift card. All right, guys. So the winner of today's stream. Yeah, I guess you could wear them backwards. I don't know how to look. Let's see. The winner today. Oh, he's won before. Look at that. Oh, maybe he hasn't won. I don't know. The winner today is Howard. Howard, if you're still here, say hi to the stream. And we only have 40 something people in here, so I don't know. Let's see who the winner, if he's
I
here.
haven't seen. I've been reading the chat, and I don't know if I've seen Howard.
Yeah,
This round.
Howard asked a bunch of stuff. I know who Howard is. But he has to be here, so we're gonna give him another minute or so. And then if he doesn't answer, we're gonna spin again, guys. Donate to the Desert Reefer Diaper Fund.
Don't worry, I'll have a Kickstarter up soon.
Lee, you've won like 3 times, dude. Yep, I don't think Howard's here, guys. So we're gonna redo this, guys. Howard, sorry, buddy. We're going to pick another winner here. All right, so the winner of today's prize is Cody Hilton. Cody Hilton, are you still here? I don't know if I saw Cody participate, but we'll see. I'll have to look.
I don't know if I saw Cody either.
Oh,
there
yes,
he
I
is.
did.
All right.
There he is. Yep, I remember Cody. I have to look at their
Congratulations,
pictures.
Cody.
Can we have a pre-drawing for the sky? Yeah, I don't think any one of you guys are getting my sky. Sorry. What did you want to say?
I said I need to come down to your house and go pick up my hat.
Dude, I got a bunch of stuff for you here.
I'll come out today. Guess what?
Good.
Stream's almost over. I'll be on my way there.
All right, good. Because you have to fix some stuff too.
All right, cool. I'll be heading down your way here soon.
All right, guys.
But congratulations, Cody, so much. Glad you won. Thank you guys all for coming, joining us on the stream today, and thank you for being here to share the great news with me and my future family. So.
Yes, thank you, and congratulations to Desert Reef baby daddy. So thanks for watching, everyone. I got some videos coming, more Hydros videos. It's going to be a busy month, so look forward. Next week we got a special surprise guest. Not Moron, but he's going to be there as well if he wants to. We have another guest coming.
Believe it or not, I should be here every Saturday morning. My Saturday jobs have come to an end.
Oh, well, guys, sorry to say he's going to be here every weekend now. All right. Have a good day. Thanks, guys.